So I'm going to be creating the second scene. The second scene starts from this, right? So it starts from this light stream.
FairMoney's got your back.
Yeah, so I'm going to be creating this light effect, this light streak. I'm creating that before I go over to create the phone zooming, and also the UI for the phone. Okay, so how I'm going to achieve that, I'm going to be adding a couple of effects. So first of all, I'll create a new composition. I'll call it scene 2. The same width and height of 1920 by 1080. The frame rate will be 25, and the duration, since it's very short, I'll leave it at 10. Okay, so a couple of things I'm going to do. The first thing I want to do is the background. So I'm going to add a new solid. And so this is the color for the background. I'll leave it this way. I'll call this BG. Let me call it BG, background. So this is the color. I picked the color from the reference. So this is the color I'll be using. So the next thing I want to do is that I need a sound, right? I need a sound. But in this case, I'm going to use the reference video as my sound. So I'm going to use the reference video as my sound, right? Let me play it.
Has lights on.
Okay, let me bring the background down. So
Unexpected.
I'm going to be using the reference video, but since I just need the sound, let me hide the visuals and just leave the sound.
Has lights unexpected.
Okay, so the next thing I would do is that I want to put this inside a composition. Let me pre-compose this. I'll go to pre-compose it. I'll pre-compose it and call it audio spectrum. And I'll create a new solid. I'll call this solid spectrum. Yeah, I can leave the color to be that way. So what I want to do, I'll start adding some effects to this solid layer. But also let me also pre-compose a solid layer. I will call spectrum comp 1. So I'll leave it that way. So the first effect I want to add is the audio spectrum. So I'll come to effects and presets, just type audio spectrum. I'll put in audio spectrum here. I want this to start from the start point. The start point should start at the middle, the center here. Let me check this. Okay, so I want it to start at the center, so I would move this to 960. So it starts at the center. Let me check this. So it starts at the center. Then the end point, I want it to end at 1120. Yes, so this is the end point. Now if I play this, okay, not yet. Let me come over to this point and select the audio, which is the audio spectrum, right? The audio which I pre-compose, I'll select the audio, and now when you play it, you find out that where the sound is high, you have a high spike. Okay.
FairMoney's got your back.
Okay. So I've done this before, and I discovered that the best part, where I get the best spike is at 408, right? So I'll just type 408 here. Okay, so I'm going to mark this point because this is the point I'll be using later. So I'll mark this point and I'll leave my cursor there. Then the next effect I'm going to add, I'm still coming. Let me make some changes, and I will change the start frequency to 200, and then my softness to 0. I'll change the colors. So the first color, I'm going to use this color. I'll change this color to, I'm going to use this color here. These are the colors from this part, from here. So this side, one side is green, the other side it's a little bit blue. So these colors I pick. So I'm going to be using this color, so this, and I'll move this, the hue interpolation, I'll move it to -40. Okay, and that'll be all for this. Then the next effect I'm going to add my CC Radial Fast blur. So I'll move the amount to 85, to 83 rather, and the brightness, I'll change the zoom to brightness, so I have this effect. And the next thing I will do is that I'm going to add another effect. I'm going to add fast box blur. I'm going to add fast box blur to this, and I'll change the settings to 43. The blur radius here, I'll change it to 43. Okay, so one more, I'm going to add another effect, CC Fair. Okay, so this if I'll make some changes. For the rotation X, I'll make this 71. I'll make the rotation Z to be 45, right? And then I'll come to the shading, and then the ambient, I'll change it to 100. Right, okay, so we are beginning to get something. Then one more effect I'm going to add is the glow. It's glow. I'll change the glow radius to 200. Yeah, so this is what we have currently at the moment, like this, right? So what I would do now is that, let me off this and see. Okay, cool. So what I will do now is I'm going to duplicate this and do it for the left hand side. So I've done for the right, the color for this side, this color here. So I'll do the other one for this other side. So I'll duplicate this, right? Let me hide this one and just change. So I'm changing this, right? What I did was to add 160 to 960 to get this. So if I subtract 160 from 960, I'm going to get 800. Right, so this is the left hand side. Then I'll change the color. Let me change the color to, so this was the one I used before, so I'll change the color to this. I would like to brighten it, take it up a little bit. This will be this, right? Okay, so let me unhide the other one and see the difference. This, oh, the color looks similar, so let me change. Okay, they're not similar, but okay, this, let me heighten up the blue. Let me increase the blue for this one and see what it gives me. Okay, so this is what it gives me. I think this is making some sense now. So that's how I achieve this. Then the next thing I'll do, come in, for this one, the one at the top, I will uncheck this. I will uncheck the dynamic hue face and the color fair. So, but this was checked. The upper one I didn't check it, so I'll leave the setting like that. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pre-compose this 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pre-compose all of them and call it light streak. Okay, so remember I told you that as you move throughout your timeline, the lighting changes, right? It changes in accordance to the voice, the pitch of the voice or the sound. But I'm going to use this at this point. I got my best lighting effect. That was 4 minutes and 8 frames. Sorry, 4 seconds and 8 frames. So at this point, I'm going to freeze this point. I'll go to time, and then I'll freeze this frame. So it stays like that throughout, right? So that is what I have throughout. Now I can now scale this up. Let me bring it down. I'll scale it up. And let me unlink the scaling. I can move this wide, and then also and bring it down a little. Okay, so one more thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add to this. Now I'm going to add fax box blur to this, just a little effect. Maybe I'll make this 16. No, that's too much. Maybe 5. Still too much. Make it 2 or 1. Yeah, maybe 2. I'm going to add it to the horizontal side, so I just want this side to be blurred. Okay, so we're almost there. Let me check. So this is what we have here, right? One more thing I'm going to do is that this is okay, this is nice, but just to give it the shape, I would add mesh swap to this, and mesh swap would help me come in. So mesh swap would now help me shape this, give it the appropriate shape that I want. I could take this down more, take it down here, and so just move it the way you would like it to be, right? Just move it the way you would like it to be, give it the shape you want to be, and now move the quality to 10. So I think this is okay. This is before, this is after I added my mesh. And I can also play again with the scale. Take this one, widen it up, reduce this, and then reduce everything together. Okay, so I have this is before, this is after. So yeah, that was how I achieved the light streak. And so, not to make this video long, in the next video I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring in the phone UI and do the animation for the phone. But just quickly, let me do the animation for this. So this is how it moves. I will just do this animation. So this is P. You can bring P here, move some frames, 30 frames, and then you can bring this one down, right? Okay, so see how it moves. Okay, this is too slow. I can bring it faster. Good. I think I took this thing down too much. Okay, this is down too much. Let me take it up. Okay, so this is fine. Yeah, good. 1, 2. Okay, and I could easy ease this. You know the drill. Make this faster at the beginning and then slower towards the end. And here you have this kind of animation, right? Boom. Okay, so yeah, this is how I achieved this light streak. In the next video, I'll be showing you, I'll be bringing in the phone, and also bringing the UI and doing the animation, the whole animation for this
FairMoney's got your back. Down.
Okay, so if you like this, follow me, like, subscribe, and on notification for more tutorials on this series.